Vincent did a very good job with his shark, and he made his shark look amazing on the inside. So, this is what we have to know. We have to know our internal carotid artery right here. Internal carotid artery right here. Our hyoid and epibranchial artery right here. Our radix aorta, which is this one along here. Then we have the efferent and afferent branchial arteries in here.
Where's the they're on the top.
Oh, it's just efferent branchial arteries apparently.
Can't see those.
And then we have the esophageal artery right in here. So, some other things we should know is that the shark has homodontic dentition. Means all of its teeth are the same. Alright? And the mud puppy has homodontic dentition too, so you should remember that. Also, the gills are called hollow branchs. A hollow branch is one entire gill. A demi-branch is one half of the gill. So we have, what is it called? Pre-traumatic demi-branch and post-traumatic demi-branch. So one side or the other. Okay? Next we have the heart. Here we have the heart. We have what? It's not a very good heart. Please tell me this heart is good. Oh no, that's not heart. Not good. Okay, let's start with this one then. We have one big atrium, this dark gray thing here, and one big ventricle, this light gray thing right here. And then we have the conus arteriosus, which is this thing right up here. It's the thing that comes off the top of the heart.
Is there a bulbous arteriosus?
No, there is no bulbous arteriosus in the shark. Very notable. That's something you should know. Okay, let's do all the organs inside the shark now. Here, this big gray thing is the liver. There's 3 lobes of the liver, the left, right, and median lobe. The liver has this this bile duct that comes off it right here. Hold on. Almost got it. Almost got it. There we go. Here's the bile duct. Comes off the... Yeah, this tiny little thing that's separated out here. Okay? Inside here. The cystic duct? No, it's just the bile duct. Okay, so next we have the esophagus, which is up here, and the stomach, which is right here. And this is supposed to be a little bigger, but inside the stomach you could see the rugae. The rugae are the folds in the stomach that allow it to expand when it's full of food.
Is that in every species?
Yes. So here we have this brown thing, and this black thing is the spleen. Here we have the pylorus, and it comes up here. It comes back here to the spiral organ or small intestine. The small intestine comes all the way back here to the rectum, which is way down in here. You can also see here the rectal gland thing right there. And inside the spiral organ, if it was cut open, which apparently none of these are, let's cut one open. Inside the spiral organ, you'll find spiral structures, which are kind of cool. No way.
Who was the idiot that named all this?
God, I hate right-handed scissors with a passion. Burns like 1,000 suns.
It's always the more interesting part of the videos.
Like the awkward stalls.
Mini rants.
Yeah.
1,000 suns. How do you know how that feels like?
Almost there. Almost there.
Mine's not that great.
Oh, my eye! Ah, God! In my eye! Ah!
I'm about to edit this out.
So in there you can see the spiral structures of the spiral organ. Okay, so cool. Finally, along the back body wall, we can find the kidneys. These brown structures that run along which run along the veins and arteries along there. So, now that we've done all the organs...
They're mesonephric, right?
Yeah, mesonephric kidneys. They're very simple. So now that we've done all the organs and the heart and the front mouth, we have to do all the arteries and veins. These are a little tough. We're going to get through them. Let's start with the arteries. We have... Oh, wait, I forgot. Testicles. These things right here. Whew, almost forgot that. Okay, so here we have our dorsal aorta. Runs along the whole body. Coming out the dorsal aorta, the very first artery that comes off is called the celiac. This one right here. celiac turns into the gastrohepatic. And the gastrohepatic is really, really tiny. So you probably won't even have a testing question on it. The gastrohepatic is the celiac from here to here. I know, it's not exactly a very large thing to test on. So here we have the gastric coming off here, and the hepatic, the red one, coming off here. Okay? And then we have the pancreatico-mesenteric. Just a moment to check that. The pancreatico-mesenteric coming off right here. Oh, the pancreas. I forgot to tell you guys where the pancreas was. This structure right here. This is the pancreas. So we'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, forgot a major organ.
Doesn't do
Yeah.
much, though. Doesn't do
Okay,
much.
so the pancreatico-mesenteric coming off here. There's a bit of a window to take off here.
Pretty jacked up.
Yeah, that is.
A moment.
I think so.
Yeah, they look really different. They don't even look.
So in here, we can see a whole bunch of structures coming off. So this one right here, this is the pyloric artery. This one right here is the intraintestinal, the really small one. Yeah. And then finally, we have the anterior intestinal run right here. Runs along the entire body wall, entire intestinal wall, coming off here. And then we have the annulars, which are these ones that go across the intestine. And then we have what I like to call the triangle. And I hate the triangle, and you're going to hate it too. Stupid thing. 1,000 suns.
Just hate geometry.
Okay, so here's a triangle. You have one that comes off this way, and that is the posterior intestinal. Don't confuse it with the posterior mesenteric, which goes onto the rectal gland. Posterior intestinal, this one here is the gastrosplenic. And finally, this is a vein, we're going to get to it later, but it is the posterior intestinal vein. Hold on just a moment. 8. Posterior intestinal vein, yes. Okay, so that's all of the arteries. Good job. Now let's do the veins. Starting from back in the front, we have the lateral abdominal vein, which is this one that goes along the body wall. Moving in here, we have the hepatic portal vein coming back here. Runs along the hepatic vein and runs along the hepatic artery.
And that's the big-ass yellow one, right?
Yeah, the big-ass yellow one. Hold on just a moment while I get this into good order so that we can see it. Okay, so then we have the gastric vein. 6, yes, the gastric vein right here. Then there's 2. Along the pancreas, which you can see here, the 2 lobes of the pancreas, you have the lienomesenteric, which is this one right here, and then up here we have the pancreatico-mesenteric up here. Okay? Pancreatico-mesenteric, lienomesenteric. And you can also know the lienomesenteric because it connects to the triangle. See, like that. See? There's the posterior intestinal right there. And then there's the lienomesenteric. And then all the rest of it comes up here as the pancreatico-mesenteric. And then we have the 11 and 12, pyloric and intraintestinal. So, just have to find the pyloric and intraintestinal again. So, here, the pyloric. Ugh, hate that one. Here is the pyloric underneath this pancreas here. Here is the intraintestinal. Right here. And then we have the final one, number 14, anterior intestinal, running along the anterior intestinal artery. And that is everything you need to know about the shark. Cha-ching!